Hey, I'm Otis Brown. Welcome to my channel. I'm really happy you're here with me today. Before we jump in, I want to say if any part of this hits home for you, feel free to drop a comment for more info. I love hearing your stories and your questions. Let me start with a little about me. I've always tried to be healthy. I grew up thinking if I follow all the health rules, I'd feel great. You know the drill, eating my veggies, and naturally, as a kid, my parents wouldn't let me up from the table unless I ate all my vegetables. Drinking water, going to the gym, taking the multivitamins. I did everything right, at least on paper. I was that guy, meal prepping chicken and broccoli, going for a run, in bed by 10 p.m. On the outside, it seemed like I had it all figured out. But here's the twist. Even with all that healthy living, I didn't feel right. Something was off, and I couldn't put my finger on it yet. This video is my story of what happened, what I learned, and how I truly reset my health by going back to the basics of whole food nutrition. I'm going to share how doing everything right still left me feeling wrong, and the simple changes that finally turned things around for me. So get comfy and let's have a heart-to-heart chat. All right, let's get real. Even though I followed the health advice to a T, I was struggling. I remember waking up many days feeling exhausted, even when I had plenty of sleep. My energy was low, my mood was all over the place, and I often felt bloated or uncomfortable in my own skin. It was so frustrating. I think I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. So why do I feel like this? Can you relate to that? Ever feel like you're checking all the boxes but still not feeling your best? I sure did. I ate the salads, skipped the junk food, exercised regularly, yet I was tired. My digestion was a mess, and mentally I was in a fog. I even had moments of feeling like a stranger in my own body, wondering what I was missing. Here's something I learned later that blew my mind. You can eat healthy and still be missing important nutrients. In fact, it's more common than you think. Many of us have nutrient gaps, even if we try to eat well. Modern foods aren't as rich in vitamins and minerals as they used to be. Did you know fruits and veggies today can have 20 to 50% less nutritional value than they did 50 years ago? That shocked me. And depending on how our bodies digest food, we might only absorb a portion of the good stuff we eat. So even though I was eating all the right things, my body still wasn't getting enough of what it really needed. No wonder I felt off. At the time, though, I didn't know all that. I knew I felt stuck and discouraged. I started asking myself if this feeling was just my new normal. Was this as good as it gets? Deep down, though, I refused to accept that. I believed there had to be an answer, something I was missing that could help me feel like my real self again. My turning point came when I realized I needed to change how I thought about food and health. You see, I've been treating healthy eating like a checklist or a strict rule book, kind of looking at food as just numbers, calories, or things to avoid. But that approach clearly wasn't working for me. So I decided to flip my mindset. I stopped obsessing over what to cut out and started focusing on what to put in and how to truly nourish my body. This was huge for me. I learned that food isn't the enemy and is not just fuel in a cold scientific way. It's nourishment. I began to ask, is what I'm eating actually feeding my body the nutrition it needs? Or am I just eating healthy stuff that's low calorie but not high nutrient. There's a big difference there. I realized I needed foods that feed my body's needs, not just diet fads. I remember reading something that really opened my eyes. It said instead of viewing a meal as, oh no, these are too many calories, or labeling foods as good or bad, think about how those foods help your body. For example, take a simple sandwich. I used to see a sandwich and worry about the carbs or think I shouldn't eat bread. Now I see differently. The bread gives me carbohydrates, which give me energy. The protein like turkey or tofu in the sandwich helps build and repair muscles. The veggies in it are full of vitamins that nourish my body and help it recover. See the difference? Instead of a sandwich being a guilty pleasure or a math equation of calories, it became a source of energy, strength, and healing. This mindset shift changed everything. I started turning into my body's signals rather than fighting my body. Why are you bloated? I got curious. What is my body telling me it needs? I began to embrace a more holistic and gentle approach to eating, less about restriction and more about intention. Food became something to enjoy and celebrate for what it gives my body, not something to fear. I can't stress enough how freeing this was. It set the stage for the next part of my journey, finding the specific nourishment that my body was begging for. And this mindset led me to discover a whole new way to support my health that I'm so excited to share with you right now. As I searched for deeper nourishment, I stumbled upon something pretty wild. At least I thought so at first. Bovine colostrum. If you've never heard of colostrum, don't worry. I hadn't either until I dove into my research. Colostrum is a fancy name for the first milk a mammal produces after giving birth. Basically, the first food for newborn babies and animals. It's often called liquid gold because it's so rich in nutrients. Think about it. Nature designed this substance to be the perfect first meal to kickstart a newborn life. It's packed with everything a fragile newborn needs to grow strong and healthy right out of the gate. In humans, moms produce colostrum for a few days after having a baby, and is super concentrated with immune boosters and growth factors. In cows, it's the same deal. A mother cow produces colostrum for her calf. Bovine colostrum from cows can actually be collected ethically after the calf has what it needs and turned into a supplement powder for us humans to use. I was intrigued and a bit skeptical. To be honest, I really was. But I kept reading and learning. What I found blew me away. This colostrum stuff is stacked with good things. Proteins, the building blocks our bodies use to repair and grow. Essential fatty acids, healthy fats our brains and cells need. Antioxidants, helpers that protect our cells from damage. Antibodies, the warriors that fight off germs and support immunity. Basically, colostrum is a nutrient-dense powerhouse. It's like nature's original multivitamin created for baby cows, but surprisingly beneficial for grown humans too. Bovine colostrum isn't exactly the same as milk you buy at the store. It's way higher in proteins, vitamins, and minerals, more so than regular milk. Now, it contains special things like lactoferrin, which helps your immune system, and growth factors that can help repair the gut and tissues. And remember, those antibodies, colostrum is loaded with them to help fight off viruses and bacteria. What really got me excited is how colostrum might address the exact problems I was dealing with. Research suggests colostrum may boost the immune system, improve gut health, and fight infections. It's a lot of power in this colostrum. Some early studies in adults show promise for colostrum helping with immunity and gut function, which makes sense since it's literally made to strengthen the newborn's gut and immune system from day one. In fact, wellness experts say colostrum supplements are often marketed to support gut health, reduce bloating, and strengthen immunity. When I read that, I had a light bulb moment. Could this be the missing puzzle piece for me? Now, I'm not here to hype some magic pill. You guys know I keep it real. At first, I was cautious. Colostrum is technically a supplement, a whole food based one, and like anything, it's not a miracle overnight cure. But I was at the point where I try anything natural to feel better. So I got a high quality bovine colostrum powder from grass-fed cows, the good stuff, and decided to give it a shot. I started adding a scoop into my morning smoothie. It has a mild taste, kind of creamy like milk, so it was easy to mix in. And then I waited to see if I felt any changes. Guys, this is where things got exciting. After I started incorporating colostrum and focusing on nutrient-rich whole foods, I began to notice real changes, not immediately in one day, but gradually over the weeks that followed. It was like my body let out a sigh of relief, finally getting what it was looking for. Here's what I experienced. Physically, I felt more energized and stronger than I had in a long time. No more dragging myself through the afternoon or needing 3 cups of coffee just to keep my eyes open. I started waking up feeling refreshed. And yes, that's definitely possible. My workouts got better because I actually had fuel in my tank. And the digestion issues I mentioned, those improved a ton. Before, I was almost used to feeling bloated after meals. That uncomfortable tight pants feeling. But after a while on colostrum and whole food nutrition, I noticed I wasn't bloated all the time. My stomach felt calmer and flatter. This lines up with what colostrum is known to do. It can strengthen your gut lining and reduce bloating. I was simply amazed to actually feel the difference. Even my skin started looking healthier. People commented that I was glowing. I'll take it. Mentally, the fog lifted. I'm talking about that brain fog where you just can't concentrate or you feel fuzzy-headed. Suddenly, I was having clear, sharp mornings. I could focus on my work better, and my memory felt sharper too. This wasn't an accident. When your body finally gets enough of the right nutrients, your brain benefits so much. Some studies even suggest colostrum might promote better brain function in adults. That, I don't know. I didn't know that till later, really. But my mood also got brighter. I found myself feeling more positive and even-keeled, upbeat. Before, I'd have slumps where I felt down or irritable for no obvious reasons. But my nutrition improved, and so did my mood stability. It turns out that that's a real thing. Experts say poor nutrition can be a cause of low mood, and improving your diet can boost your mental well-being. I'm living proof of that now. Fueling my body right helped fuel my mind right. Emotionally, I felt a huge sense of relief and hope. Imagine spending months of year or years thinking something's wrong with you because you just don't feel good, and then discovering that you have the power to change it. That's how I felt. My confidence and my body came back. I started trusting my gut, literally and figuratively, because it wasn't constantly upset anymore. Stress and anxiety started melting away because it's hard to feel calm when your body's out of whack. But when your body is happier, you feel happier. I became more outgoing again, more myself. It's like I pressed a reset button on my whole system, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And it all started by giving my body the nourishment it was quietly begging for. To be clear, I'm not saying colostrum alone did all of this like some magic potion. It was the combination of whole food nutrition, the mindset shift, and the support of colostrum as a supplement that together helped me heal. Colostrum was a catalyst. It provided a dense source of missing nutrients and gut support, and that gave me the boost to get back on track. Once I had that foundation, all the other healthy habits I was doing finally clicked right into place. It's like my body could finally use the good food I ate, now that I had healed my gut and replenished the deficiencies. I changed. The changes I felt were real and lasting. And let me tell you, feeling genuinely good after feeling off for so long, it just fills you with gratitude. It's like you're getting your life back. That's why I'm so passionate to share this with you, because I know so many people are silently struggling like I was, doing everything right, but still feeling wrong. If that's you, there's hope. Let's talk a bit about why this approach worked. I promise I'll keep it simple. Science doesn't have to be scary. I explain it like I wish someone had explained it to me. The key is giving your body what it recognizes as real food. Our bodies are amazingly complex, but they also know what to do with natural whole foods. Whole foods like fruits, veggies, nuts, and yes, things like colostrum. They come packed with a variety of nutrients that work together. There's a kind of synergy in whole foods. For example, an orange has vitamin C, fiber, a bit of natural sugar, fluid, and dozens of little phytochemicals. When you eat the orange, all those parts interact with your body in a beneficial way. Now contrast that with just taking a vitamin C pill alone. The pill is one isolated nutrient. The orange is like a team of nutrients. Your body absorbs and uses nutrients from real food more easily than from isolated supplements. And whole foods give you many nutrients at once, which can boost each other's effects. Colostrum is a great example of this. It's a whole food in itself, a natural product filled with a bunch of useful components. Proteins, healthy fats, antibodies, and so on and so on. As I listed before, these are the compounds that you find in colostrum. Because it's so complete, it can fill in a lot of nutritional gaps. Remember how I learned I might be missing nutrients even with a decent diet? Colostrum swooped in to fill those gaps. It strengthens my gut lining and reduces inflammation so I could finally absorb nutrients better from all my meals. It's designed by nature to be super absorbable. After all, it's made for newborns who have brand new tummies. Some researchers think that since bovine colostrum is meant to protect the calf's gut, it can help seal and protect an adult's gut too. And a stronger gut means less undigested gunk causing bloating or inflammation, and more good stuff getting through to fuel your body. Another reason whole food nutrition and colostrum works is immune support. A lot of our feeling off symptoms, fatigue, brain fog, even mood issues, can be tied back to our immune system and inflammation. Colostrum is literally packed with immune factors like antibodies and lactoferrin. When I started taking it, I noticed I wasn't catching every little cold going around. My immunity felt stronger. That's because colostrum can strengthen the immune system and help your body fight off germs. It is a powerhouse. It's like giving your immune cells some extra armor and weapons. With fewer minor illnesses and less systemic inflammation, guess what? You feel more energized and clear-headed day to day. So in summary, here's the simple signs of why this works. Whole foods equals whole nutrition. By eating nutrient-dense whole foods and supplements like colostrum, you give your body a broad spectrum of vitamins, minerals, and proteins in a form it can recognize and use. This fixes the missing pieces, problems that might have been making you feel off, like it did me. Better absorption. Healing my gut and eating real foods helped my body actually absorb and utilize what I was eating instead of letting it go to waste. I wasn't just eating healthy, I was nutritionally healthy, if that makes sense. Colostrum helped reset my gut lining and curb inflammation. A happier gut leads to less bloating and more comfort. And a supported immune system leads to fewer blah days where you're fighting something off without even knowing it. There's mind-body connection. When your physical body gets what it needs, your mind responds. Good nutrition supports brain health and even mood regulation. That's why nourishing myself properly lifted my mood and mental clarity. No, it's not magic. It's just giving the body what it was designed to run on, real nourishment. When you do that, the body's natural healing and balancing mechanisms can finally do their job. It's actually pretty simple and amazing. And here's a cool thought. This approach isn't about a quick fix or temporary diet. It's about a sustainable lifestyle change. I'm going to feed and care for my body like this for life because I've seen the incredible difference it makes. It's like I've befriended my body instead of battling it. I want to address some of the most common frustrations that you and so many of us struggle with. Trust me, I've been through all of these. Let's talk about them one by one and why they might be happening, even if you think you're doing everything right. Do you often feel puffed up or have an upset stomach, even when eating healthy foods? Bloating was a daily enemy for me. One big reason for chronic bloating can be an unhappy gut. If your digestive system is inflamed or your gut lining is weak, you can react to foods with gas, discomfort, and bloating. It's not just what you eat, but also the state of your gut. Colostrum is actually designed by nature to protect and strengthen the gut for newborns, and it can help calm an irritated gut too for adults. When my gut got the support it needed, my bloating went way down. So if you're always bloated, it might not be what you're eating. Might not be that you're eating the wrong things. It could be that your gut needs healing or stronger defenses. Strengthening your gut lining and balancing your gut bacteria through whole foods can make a world of difference. Do you wake up tired, stay tired, and wonder where your energy went? Fatigue was my constant companion despite my healthy habits. One sneaky cause of fatigue is nutrient deficiencies. Basically, your body is running on empty for certain vitamins or minerals, like trying to drive a car with low fuel. You might be low in iron or vitamin D or B12 or others and not even know it. It's surprisingly common to miss some nutrients even on a decent diet. And if your gut isn't absorbing nutrients well, you can eat plenty and still be running dry. Fatigue is actually one of the top signs your body might be lacking something very important. For me, boosting my nutrition with colostrum and a whole food diet refilled my tanks. My energy came back because my cells were finally getting fed. If you're exhausted all the time, consider that your body might be asking for more nourishment, more quality calories, more vitamins, minerals, more protein. It's not about eating more volume, but more value in what you eat. This one's a bit personal. I used to feel down or anxious for no clear reason. I hear from a lot of people who say they're cranky or blue even while doing healthy practices. Well, here's a nugget of truth. Food affects mood. There's a strong link between your gut and your brain. That's the gut-brain axis. And nutrients are the raw materials your brain uses to function and create mood-regulating chemicals. If you're not nourished, your brain can feel it. In fact, research indicates that poor nutrition can actually cause low moods, and that improving your diet can boost your mental health. Wow, right? In my case, once I started truly feeding my body, the constant cloudy mood lifted. I became more patient and optimistic. If you find yourself on a mood roller coaster despite doing yoga or meditation, take a look at what you're feeding your body. Sometimes the brain can't make enough happy chemicals because it's missing the building blocks that come from food. By nourishing yourself, especially with whole foods rich in omega-3s, B vitamins, and so forth, you might notice your mood stabilizing and your stress resilience going up. Those are just a few common ones. You might also be dealing with things like brain fog, feeling scatterbrained, getting frequent colds, weak immunity, or trouble sleeping. I've got good news. Whole food nutrition helps those too. Brain fog fades when your brain is well fed. Immunity strengthens with antioxidants and antibodies. Hello, colostrum, supporting your system. Sleep improves when your body isn't deficient on high alert, when deficient or on high alert from inflammation. The bottom line is, if you're facing these frustrations, you're not alone and it's not your fault. Our modern world makes it hard to get everything our body needs, even when we try. The great thing is, once you identify what's off, be it your gut health or low nutrients or something else, you can start fixing it by giving your body genuine support. For me, it was healing my gut and filling nutritional gaps. For you, it might be similar or maybe something slightly different, but it all starts with paying attention to those signals: bloat, fatigue, mood, and understanding they're like your body's SOS messages asking for help. Now I want to turn it over to you for a moment. I encourage you to reflect on your own health journey. How have you been feeling lately? Honestly, do any of the things I described sound familiar? It's so important to pause and really ask ourselves, am I feeling as good as I could be? Or have I been settling for feeling just okay or even crummy? Take a moment, even after this video, to think about your daily energy, your digestion, your mood, maybe even journal a few notes. Sometimes we get so used to feeling a certain way, we stop questioning it. But you deserve to feel good. I mean, truly, if you realize that you've been struggling like I was, I want you to know that you can absolutely make a change. And the best part is, it doesn't have to be a huge, overwhelming overhaul all at once. In fact, I recommend you start small, one step at a time. Here are a few simple first steps you might consider based on what helped me. Starting today, pay attention to how different foods or habits make you feel. For example, do you notice you feel sluggish on days you skip breakfast? Or that a certain food always leaves you bloated? Your body gives clues. Listening is the first step to figuring out what it needs. Maybe keep a little diary for a week of what you eat and how you feel after. You might spot a pattern you never noticed before. Rather than taking away things, try adding something nourishing to your daily routine. It could be as simple as eating an extra piece of fruit each day, or adding a handful of greens to your dinner. Or maybe like me, you try a whole food supplement like colostrum or a quality greens powder. One small addition can start to fill a gap. For instance, if you suspect you're low in fiber or vitamins, add a colorful salad at lunch. If you think your gut needs love, maybe add a probiotic yogurt or colostrum into your morning. Pick one thing to add and see how you feel after a couple of weeks. Small changes can lead to big improvements over time. Now, this one is hard but important. When you start something new, let's say you decide this nourishment approach, give your body a little time to respond. We live in a world of quick fixes, but real healing is a gradual process. That's why I say take it one step at a time and stick with it. Consistency is key. Maybe you set a goal to do a 10-minute walk each morning, or drink an extra glass of water, or include protein in every meal. Whatever it is, do it consistently for a few weeks and then check in with yourself. You might be surprised at the progress. And don't beat yourself up if you slip. It's about overall trends, not perfection. You've already taken a step by watching my story. You go. Keep learning about whole foods and health in a positive way. There are great resources and communities out there. And if you look in the description of this video, you find a lot of resources that can be very, very helpful. When you learn why something is good for you, it becomes easier to do. For example, once I learned how important magnesium and vitamin B vitamins were for energy, I got motivated to eat more foods rich in them, like nuts, seeds, leafy greens. Knowledge is power. It can turn a chore into a choice. So stay curious and don't hesitate to ask questions of me, of health professionals, or your own body. Everyone's journey is a bit different, but we all start from the same place, deciding we want to feel better and taking that first small step. Maybe your first step is just swapping out one processed snack for a whole food snack. Maybe it's trying that liquid gold colostrum in your smoothie like I did. Maybe it's simply getting 30 minutes more sleep. Celebrate that first step, no matter how tiny each step builds momentum. I want you to picture yourself, or picture you to yourself in your mind, how you could feel in 3 months from now if you start prioritizing nourishment today. More energy, better mood, playing with your kids or grandkids without fatigue, waking up without stomach ache. It's possible and you deserve it. Most importantly, remember you're not alone. I felt alone in my struggle until I started talking about it. Then I found out so many others feel the same way. So if you're nodding along to anything I'm saying, there's a whole community of us on this path to better health together. We've got this. You've got this. We're coming to the end of our chat, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for listening to my story and for caring about your health and mine. I'm genuinely grateful I got to share this journey with you. It's a bit personal, and it means a lot that you spent this time with me. I hope you found something valuable here, whether it's a new perspective or just feeling less alone in your struggle. I hope you're leaving with a spark of hope that yes, you can feel better even if you've been feeling off for ages. My health reset happened when I embraced authenticity, listened to my body, and nourished it deeply. And I believe something great can happen for you too. Now I want to extend a friendly invitation. If this sounds like what you've been needing, reach out. Don't hesitate. I'm here and I really mean it. Send me a quick message or comment the word reset, and I'll personally share what helped me turn things around. I'd love to chat with you, hear about where you are at, and give you more info on or pointers if you want them. No pressure, no salesy gimmicks, just honest conversation and resources. Maybe you have questions about colostrum or whole food plans. Maybe you just want to vent about your health frustrations. My inbox is always open. This is a journey that's so much easier with support. I had people guide me, and now it's my turn to pay it forward. So, seriously, if any part of my story resonated with you, drop a comment or direct message me the word reset and let's talk. Taking that first step could be the start of your own health reset story. Thank you again for watching and hanging out with me. I'm sending you lots of good vibes and encouragement on your path to feeling your best. Remember, small steps, real nourishment, and a positive mindset. You got this. Stay well, my friends. Stay you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.